She was given a chance to shop for free. For the next 10 minutes, everything she put in her cart would cost nothing, but instead of grabbing things for herself, she rushed straight to the refrigerated section. She filled the cart with steaks her children loved. Then came various canned foods. Every item was part of her plan. Finally, she picked imported fruits the family had never tasted before. When the countdown ended, Evelyn returned home with a cart full of food. But as she stocked the freezer, her husband Kelly showed no happiness at all. At the dinner table, while the family gathered to share the meal, he began tossing food onto the floor one piece after another. No one was surprised. They were already used to it. Evelyn asked him to put the food back, but instead he became even more agitated. He picked up food and threw it out the door. Then he grabbed the cans from the table and threw those out as well. Even so, Evelyn said nothing. She only picked up the food from the floor and closed the refrigerator. Kelly did not feel guilty, because there was a reason he had become like this. When they first got married, Evelyn was a promising writer. Kelly had the voice of an angel, but an accident left Kelly unable to sing again. To make a living, he had no choice but to work in a factory. Evelyn never left his side. Over the years, they raised 10 children. Life was difficult, but it was still filled with love. Evelyn often entered advertising slogan contests, always managing to bring home some new items. One day, Kelly came home and learned that the landlord had stopped by. They had 3 weeks to move out. He did not worry. He only told the children,
"Mom always figures something out."
And indeed, luck arrived. Evelyn won $5,000, a brand new bicycle, and a complete set of home appliances. It was the biggest prize she had ever received, but after the joy passed, Kelly's pride again turned into shame. He always felt he was inferior to Evelyn. This constant sense of inadequacy often made him lose his temper. When the family finally moved into a new home, with a refrigerator, freezer, and washing machine, Evelyn was excited. She happily showed Kelly the big refrigerator, imagining the day she could fill it up. But Kelly dismissed it, revealing his insecurity. For so many years, apart from drinking, he had contributed almost nothing to the family. That night, Kelly once again lost his temper. He not only quarreled with the neighbors but even tried to throw the refrigerator outside. The police came, and only then did he calm down. After they left, Kelly made Evelyn a cup of tea, his way of apologizing. He explained that he was simply in a bad mood, but Evelyn understood that he would not change. She knew the family depended on her alone. Milk for 10 children was a large expense. Evelyn could not even pour a full glass for each child. One morning, before Kelly went to work, she asked him for milk money. He pulled out all the coins from his pocket, but they were not enough even for one delivery. The children had long since given up hope in their father, but Evelyn still told them that having a goal was a good thing. In order to gather enough for one delivery, Evelyn searched Kelly's pockets again. At that moment, her youngest daughter came running in a panic. She had tried to change her baby brother's diaper but had made a complete mess downstairs. Evelyn did not blame her. She patiently cleaned it all up. The milkman knocked on the door, urging her to hurry. When Evelyn finally opened the door, she asked if she could pay the following week. The milkman was unwilling. No money meant no milk. Just then, the mailman arrived with a letter. Inside was a few dollars Evelyn had won from another contest. It was just enough to pay for the milk. Her youngest daughter apologized for the mess, but Evelyn told her that if she had not caused the delay, they would not have met the mailman at that exact moment. It was fate, and so, the little girl was praised instead. A few days later, Evelyn received another letter. This time, she had won 10 minutes of free shopping at the supermarket. She told Kelly about her plan, saying she would bring home lots of steaks for the children. Hearing this, Kelly, who had just regained a little confidence, sank into insecurity again. But Evelyn always thought of him. She asked if there was anything he wanted. The only thing he asked for was shrimp cocktail, something he had never tasted. The next day, just as described at the beginning, Evelyn began her frantic shopping. Everything went according to plan. When Kelly learned that she had remembered his shrimp cocktail, tears rolled down his face. However, once back home, Kelly's mood turned dark again. Looking at the full refrigerator, he started finding faults, trying to prove his importance in the family. But no one cared. Evelyn said nothing. She simply opened the fridge, took out the shrimp cocktail she had prepared for him, and placed it before him. Faced with her kindness, Kelly immediately softened. Evelyn invited him to sit and enjoy the food with the family. Time passed. Evelyn's prizes almost never stopped. The family's life became better because of her, but Kelly's insecurity never changed. One day, the milkman came again, demanding payment. Evelyn asked Kelly for milk money, but he had already spent it. She had no choice but to ask for credit. The milkman reluctantly agreed, but warned that if she could not pay next week, he would stop delivering. Feeling humiliated, Evelyn still did not blame Kelly. Soon after, Evelyn won another prize. This time it was a sports car and a fully paid weekend trip to New York. But as she was packing, her son got into trouble and was held by the police. To handle the matter, she had to give up the trip. That night, she sat in the sports car, lost in thought. Her son came to apologize for ruining her plans, but Evelyn did not blame him. Over the years, she had already given up far more than this. She wanted to experience what it felt like to drive the car. Her son offered to teach her, but she refused. If she learned, she might not want to part with it. But the family needed to sell the car to cover expenses. Evelyn had already sacrificed too much. Later, Evelyn received a letter from another housewife in Ohio. Her daughter had won second prize in the same contest Evelyn had entered. She wanted to know what Evelyn's first prize slogan had been, and so, the two began corresponding. The woman invited Evelyn to join their contestant group. Many of them had achieved good results. Evelyn planned to go, but before she could leave, her youngest son caused trouble again. He had pulled up all the neighbors' tulips. Her trip was cancelled. Not only that, she also had to compensate the neighbors. Still, Evelyn did not scold her son. She faced it together with him. After some time, her daughter finally learned to drive. Evelyn once again prepared for the trip. This time, she left successfully. As they crossed the state border, Evelyn felt the scenery outside turn greener. Before long, they arrived at their destination. The group members welcomed her warmly. There, Evelyn found true friends. Together, these housewives studied how to write perfect advertising slogans. Of course, such activities would eventually end. Evelyn returned home, having gained one last chance to enter a major competition. She began writing her slogan. But soon, a phone call nearly crushed her. The bank informed her that a second mortgage from 3 years earlier would be due in 1 month. This meant that if she did not win the prize, they would have no money to repay. The bank would reclaim the house. The whole family would have nowhere to go. Evelyn had no choice but to tell the children. They blamed their father, but Evelyn insisted they still respect him. There was only 1 box of food left in the fridge. Evelyn served the last food and unplugged the refrigerator. The family's only hope now depended on the contest. Fortunately, Evelyn's slogan advanced to the finals, but the results would only be announced after 2 weeks. The wait was unbearable. Kelly tried to comfort her, saying there would always be another chance, but Evelyn knew this was the last one. If they did not win, the family would be homeless. The final day to move out arrived. In the afternoon, the children packed their belongings, ready to leave. At that moment, the phone suddenly rang. It was the call that would decide the fate of the entire family. Evelyn listened carefully as the contest results were announced. Do you want to know if Evelyn won? Follow me. I will share the rest of the story soon.